Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Okay, so it is me, Just Be Audrey Lane. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Um, all of my social media stuff is Just Be Audrey Lane. Um, so make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share, make sure you like. I thank you so much for coming on and being, just a part of a participator in just my journal process and my life process, and I thank you for it. I thank you so much for it. I thank you for you being your just be and what your God-given name is. I thank you for it. I'm a little bit uncomfortable in this crazy kind of chair. um so today is July 19th, 2021. I always say the date. Trying to get everything kind of set with this camera. Um, I'm used to my setup at home, but it is what it is. So, um, I wanted to get on and have just a brief moment of, man, today. So we had a breakout session yesterday, and remember I told you I just had to come because God was speaking to me in my belly about just making sure that I, come and get everything up out of me today. Something that I shared in the meeting yesterday about just building relationships and making sure that I um, receive um, people and everything, because my trust issues that I had, and I am coming over them. I will say that I'm working them. I'm working in the fact that I no longer want to have trust issues, you know. So I was explaining to these ladies that it's like very difficult for me sometimes to, trust women and everything because, um, trust people because of, I can't tell you, like, I grew up with, my mom had all biological daughters, and we're like winter, spring, summer, fall, and then at different times we can kind of switch it. you know I wish I would could tell you where trust issues actually came into place. I'm still working on that in therapy. Thank God for therapy. But today, really, I had to laugh because I explained to these women in the meeting about, just things that kind of, you know, I identify with. And today, without us even actually knowing it was, we had to exercise a trust with one another because we did like zip lining in the Duns River, where we had to like kind of go all the way down, but we had to, without us even knowing at first, work together to get back up. And in the midst of us doing it, I I laugh because I'm like, here it is, God. You have me working with women. Some I know, and some I know because we go to church together. But today we got to know each other a little bit more because we had to trust one another. We had to. It wasn't an exercise that she said, "This is how we're going to work. We're going to build trust." And blah. No, we literally had to. God made it happen, but we literally had to trust one another to help each other up this wall, like the waterfall, like to help one another, each and every one of us. I fell, your lady fell right on in, got right back on up. It was like, I was joking with it because it was like being baptized. Oh, no, not once, twice. So, in the same spot. But it was so like, man, everybody stopped what they were doing to come and check on me. And I was good, thank God, that because it's a natural waterfall. I could have been really messed up, but I wasn't, thank God. And before I even slipped into the water the way I did, I was laughing because I was like, God, how is it you have me working with women And these ladies, they don't really know who I am. None of them know that I have a YouTube channel. They don't watch any of this. They don't know. I did open up my mouth and express some issues that I struggled with and that I'm learning how to get through. But today God was like, I can't speak for him. I'm not going to speak for him. But it was just so crazy because I had to work with these women, and it just was like, see, you can trust people. And I'm saying this for myself. Audrey Lane, you can trust people. You have to trust people, because the whole thing about it is everybody, and we had a lady who is in active duty in the military, and even she had to identify with the fact that I am in an unfamiliar territory, so I need help. We all need help. And we literally did like the chain gang thing, getting the next person back up. The person who ended up being like the last person somehow rotated into the front. I just was literally watching all of this stuff. It kind of changed dynamics each and every time we got to a place where we kind of had to, okay, well, I can't even tell you how it happened. But the fact that we as women all work together, someone was able to be like, okay, don't step there. I think we should go around this way. Literally. Because there was people who were in front of us. And then one guy, he just came out of nowhere and started helping us. But then he was off, again, climbing up, doing what he was doing. And we were trying to figure this out. But we figured it out together. So I already know what I'm going to call tonight's journal thing is working together. It literally was, how I say, a necessary trust. I had to trust these women. And how about this? They had to trust me. Like, man, it blows my mind sometimes, and especially sitting here saying this, because I can't even really put it into words other than literally, I just start out before I even went into the water. As I'm going up, not really paying attention in my mind because I'm so focused on getting up these rocks, and it was beautiful. It was a beautiful climb. It was a climb of, I'm sitting in my head like, God, this climb is literally, because we had to go down and keep going down and go down and go down and go down, and all I could think about is not necessarily the climb of getting up, just like, okay, we're going down. None of us really thought it was going to be that intense getting up. At least I didn't. It was work, but a beautiful work. After we all done it, we like kind of laughed at one another, laughed with one another, and it was just an amazing thing for us. We had two ladies actually get over a fear. One was a little bit scared of heights for the zip line, and she did it. She accomplished it. Like, it was, man, amazing for her. I told her, I think you should get a journal and write this down. That's a big accomplishment to get that up and off of you. And then her cousin kind of, when we got to the waterfall, because her cousin was like, woohoo, you gonna do it, you gonna do it. Like, when it came time for her to zip line. And then the roles reversed when it came for climbing up the falls. So the one that was scared of ziplining actually then became the one who was rooting and the advocate for her cousin climbing up the waterfall. And I was like, this is where us as women, we have so much power. We do. We have power. We can definitely encourage one another. We can definitely be there to show support. And how about this? Because at one point, I was showing support by words. And then it became where I then had to show support with actual being physical, helping the next person climb, and then them helping me climb. And it just was like, man, I'm sitting here the whole time as I'm going up these falls, like, Jesus, look at you working without us even knowing it. You know, when I got to like the first level of it and I looked back and started looking at just how beautiful the beach and everything that was down there. And then I turned and I looked up and was like, this climb is about something. I said it. I didn't even know what it was because the first little lantern was so cute, cutesy. Like, you know, we all stopped and did like the little cute pictures. Yeah, let me tell you, the climb was something. It was worth it though. I would never sit here and tell you it wasn't. Got little scrapes. Not much, thank God. Just a little bit. And that's how like life is. I'm not hurt. Physically, my body is well. Mentally, my body is well. Everything is well. But it truly connected and made me think of just the gratitude of life. Of sometimes we got to go down for God to bring us up. Sometimes that climb has to be really truly where we get everything out of it. So going down isn't necessarily a bad thing for us. Sometimes I didn't know really that as far as we were going down, as far as we was going down, I never even looked at how it never occurred to me the down part of it then was where how we had to climb back up and how we had to get up. But I can just say, man, literally when things started coming together for me, I just literally started laughing. They probably thought I was nuts because out of nowhere, I just started smiling and like, started like, I couldn't. Yeah. And in my head, I'm like, if they only knew what was going on in my mind. You know, it's amazing to actually put trust in people who really don't know me. We had an amazing time in this, and I said to the ladies after, you know, they helped me get back up. Do y'all understand? This was like a trust activity without us even saying it, and it was without us even thinking that, okay, this is some sort of trust. I had to trust these women with me. They had to trust me with them. And for you men out there, yes, there's going to be trust with men that you're going to have to go. I don't know what it is to be a man, so I can't sit here. I don't want you to feel like, oh, I'm a man, I'm not included. You are included. The fact that God brought you to see this video, you are included. And the trust issue isn't just something that women suffer with and men suffer with. We as humans suffer with. But the whole great thing about the trust issues is once we give it over to God, I'm telling you, walls will break down. I can't even explain how walls have been breaking down for me. I did not see this. I didn't know that this was going to happen. I literally talked about trust issues yesterday, and then today dealt with it. And it made me feel like, you know, because after we got back today, I actually went to lunch with one of the ladies. Her and I talked. I mean, really talked and had a great lunch. Really had a great lunch. It was just one of the things of like, you know, and she had mentioned to me, and I'm not going to mention it all the way because I didn't already started talking about it. So I will say just a little bit. But you'd be shocked of how people have a story inside of them. And we don't know who we can value the story with because we want to make sure we guard things until I'm at a point right now where I open up. I'm no longer holding anything. And for her to say to me, I she appreciated the fact that I opened up and said what I said yesterday in the meeting about trusting in women, and how do I have great relationships with women, because none of you guys have ever did anything to me. This was my exact question to our coach. However, I just always had a guard up when it came to women, and I don't know where it actually came from, and I'm trying to find all of that out. And it's coming to me a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. And I want to say how it is coming to me. It's coming to me more so with God working and having me work with women before He actually tells me and reveals to me why it actually started in the first place. Because I don't know. I will be sitting here lying trying to think of something. I don't even think. But He's been having me work with women. And then and I feel like it probably would be because after I learned how to actually work with women and work with myself in the process of it, He will then reveal to me why these issues actually came up. I don't know. I'll be sitting here lying trying to piece something together for you so it can be a complete story. Not every story is always written in one piece. When we all know when writers are writing, they sometimes can have the ending before they have the beginning. They'll have the middle of the book before they have either the beginning or end. So I'm just gonna let God be the author. The book is about me. He'll help me with everything. But I love the fact that I was willing to work with women, because the first thing I wanted to actually go off, they were going up one side and it was kind of crowded, so I went off because I seen a difficult part of this actual waterfall that looked so beautiful, and I did it, and I got up this side. It was beautiful. I mean, it was like this blue. First of all, let me tell you, the water here, even at night, I don't know how. It's like the cleanest, purest water ever, because at night, it was like 11:30, 12 o'clock in the morning. You literally could still look down into the water and still see everything. Beautiful. But I went up this side because it was difficult. And I was like, let me try it. And immediately after I got up it, I was happy. But I went back to be with my group because I don't want to not. It's okay. I know I'm here by myself, but I'm here for a reason, to work with and to connect with these women. So before you have it in your head, Audrey Lane, that you can do something by yourself, go be with these women. Can't even tell you why and how that came to me, but I did. And probably like the next two things up is when I slipped and went under. Could you imagine if I would have stayed and that would have been a part of the waterfall where I was over by myself? I could have put them at risk of falling too. So I'm glad I listened. I could say that was God telling me to get your behind over here and be with your group. Be with these women. Be a part of it. I always say it, be a part of it. Be a part of it. And I thank God that I was a part of it, because they literally was helping the next person up when I went to go step down to go up the next part. And I just stepped thinking it was a rock, but it wasn't. It was a beautiful patch of something. It was literally a beautiful fall, because I didn't see the fall, but when I came up and then slipped and went down again, all I could think about is I'm not hurt. Everybody was trying to see if I'm hurt, but I'm not hurt. My leg hit the rock and everything. But it was a beautiful fall for me. A beautiful fall for me to see that, I don't know, these women just came right to like, oh, let's get her up. And I had to trust them with that. And not saying, oh no, I got it. Let me get up and try to get myself up off this right. It was like, no, I reached out my hands for these women, for them to all grip me up. That's a big step for me. That's a big step for me. And really a big step because no matter, and I'm only going to speak about this for a little bit because I don't want to, not all women are malicious, malice, and do evil things. Not all. And then you got to look at it as if a person is broken, sometimes they may not necessarily know what they're doing, because that saying of hurt people, that was me. So I have to be courteous of the fact of this person could be hurt, and that's why. Because just like, you know, I don't even really want to say it, but everything that's going on within my marriage, the lady with my husband, all I can do is say, I don't know. But it's for me a trust of, man, I am just so happy that I am not high in hurt anymore, or feeling like, this is the best that I know. I'm so comfortable as being, people don't understand me, but y'all don't get what's going on with me. I don't need to live like that no more. And to actually trust these women, I didn't hold anything of, don't trust them because, of anything. I cannot believe it that I actually reached my hand out back for these women to actually help me. And I'm helping them get up the waterfall. And it was just amazing for me. I don't hold anything of 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 hardness of what's going on in my life, that why I don't trust women. Because before the incident with my husband, and it's been a lot, multiples, but anyway, I don't, not all women are the same. And I look at it truly like I had told my therapist before he actually brought it up to me. Really, sometimes people don't know how to come out of hurt. I didn't know how to come out of hurt. And one thing about it is the enemy will keep us living a hard, crazy life by putting up blinders and treating people with nasty attitudes, because it's like you stay with your nasty attitude because they don't really want to get to know you. So you will show them by not wanting to connect with them. That is not a real thing to have in us. It's not. I am letting guards and everything down, because you never know who out here themselves are going through the same thing as you, or just an issue, period, but do not know how to get out of it. And me speaking at this meeting yesterday, the lady who I went to lunch with today was like, wow, it really touched me and helped me with some stuff. And this isn't for me to get no kind of big head, but for her to say, I commend you for what you said, that helped me. I started tearing because, there's some things, because I spoke more than that. But she was like, there's some things that I struggle with trusting women. And all I could do is say, well, thank God. Because for years, I would be like, oh, I'm the only one going through this, or I'm not going to let people know what I'm going through. You will never know how someone can actually help you unless you voice out. And in this coaching session, I felt really good because One, we all signed up for this grace thing. We all knew that it was going to be something. And for some things to come off and out of me, thank you, Jesus, that they did. No one looked at me different. No one looked at me like, oh, this girl is broken. And how about I didn't even look at myself like I was broken? Because the fact that I speak up and voice out now, broken women don't do that. I wouldn't been able to have done this a while ago. It was like, let me not speak out. But now I speak out because I know how to speak out in the right kind of format for someone to say, okay, this is what you should be doing. And not only, them helping me with instructions, they're more so helping me with the kindness and the love and showing me themselves. Because you never know what somebody is actually dealing with for themselves. We go so on that, like, but people don't understand. You may feel like they don't understand. However, if you're not talking and willing, find you that person that you can be vulnerable with. Because these ladies don't know everything that's going on with me. But I do have right now, like I tell my therapist, you are the one that I say a lot to. Because not only is he not going back saying anything, he's giving me real, actual tools to help me. So I'm going to pray that God will send me a connector that can truly help me outside of them being a doctor or anything. That someone I can really, truly tell everything to, and they will see, like she said in the thing, my naked truth, and won't judge me. And how about this? Just because I'll be telling this person about me, my naked truth, doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be the same for me. Because sometimes you might get something from one person, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be that person back to them. And I have to be okay with that. I have to just go off of the fact that I need to trust this person with me. And I don't no longer want it to be a tick for tack. Will you tell me something? So this way I know I can trust you, because at least I have this part that if you ever said anything, I don't want that mindset. I don't want that mindset. I want someone in my life. And for you guys out there, you're going to want someone in your life that can help you release off stuff out of your life and help you and give you information on how you can go about doing it. Or even if they can't, be a listening, great, powerful ear to say, I can connect you with this person. It bothers me in a good way that, and I wouldn't say bother me, it amazes me that my willingness to actually talk with, not only just, so let me just say, it's not just women, with men too, to talk about my life and situation. And not all of my situation. I don't go telling everything about myself. I don't. And not that I'm hoarding or hiding things. It's just not everyone needs to know what's going on with us. Because even in our lives, we don't need a spectator coming and adding information. I don't want to tell you that I had a rainbow day and all I did was do just the purple of the rainbow. And next thing you know, the green, the yellow, the red, the blue is all out there. I ain't even mentioned that to you. So, and it just happened that literally I got, anyway. But I want a productive, purposeful relationship with someone. So yeah, a relationship that I will be able to share things with. And I don't know Will it be one of these ladies here? I don't know. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, definitely. I don't know. Whoever God's placed in my life will be the ones that I can share and connect with. You know? But today was a wonderful day. I'm actually about to get dressed now because I am going off to actually do a little bit of shopping. I want to get some things for my children at home. Like I want them, didn't even know, but I want them to have some little trinkets and little stuff, you know. But I'm bringing my family back here. I'm going to bring my children back here. I am. I think I already told my son he'll be in the pool all daggone day. Well, not pools all daggone day. My son is a swimmer. He literally was almost born in the water, you know. But this is like a great, wonderful thing. Like, yeah, the moon palace here in Jamaica. Just, whew. It's really nice here. Everyone is so nice. Everyone like sickening and not like, oh, I'm just being nice to you because you're a tourist. Like just, I'm like, yeah, no. Everyone is like asking you just wonderful questions. Oh, it's your first time here? Oh, well, welcome. You know, showing us around, showing us like everything. The women, man, I just was like, oh, goodness, the women here, amazing. Lovely women, lovely women. It really doesn't shock me because I work with a woman who is from Jamaica. Beautiful name. And just you talking about, I kind of know a little bit of her life story, but when she came into work, you would have never known it because she comes and it's the smile game and it goes straight into working and being helpful and making sure she's connecting with people. And just, man, I want to say, it was weird because it was a lady who was rude to some people and they just were so smiley through it that if you don't know like this person just as good at her job in customer service, the lady was like, well, why do you keep smiling? But the lady was just smiling through the process because she's a smiler. You could just tell it by her face. But women, guards are going down for me when it comes to women. I am happy, truly happy that I was able to actually participate in this process of going up, going up, and going up. And when we turned around and looked back, everything in my head just was like, are you kidding me? How God works. Are you kidding me? So it's okay because we may fall down. There's a reason why we go down. Literally to get back up. It was the only way. And they say it on the trail. This is like once you go down here, this is how you have to go back up. You can't take the walking trail back up because people are coming down. And how about this? The very first exit, if you wanted to say after that first one up to the beautiful one, you did the cute little pictures we did, it was closed off. And then the next one had some other work going on. So literally, it had to be where you had to climb all the way up to get out. To get out. And I just was laughing like, God, you have a way. You have a way of making people really truly know that you are here and that you're working things out. It really just got to me like, God, this is something. unnecessary trust. When I tell you, I just, this is so funny. So I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna be more conscious of making sure that I truly reach out to make relationships with people, to go forth and communicate with people, and not the only for a couple minutes type thing. It may not be a conversation that be long in detail. A lot of conversations for me have been going and growing gradually instead of just, going straight to it. I am actually like, oh wow, it is amazing to talk with people and not talk at people, or to cut them short, because it's like I only want to talk with you until after I don't want to talk no more. And the main thing that has been really, really like a piece for me is being a listener, and not a like, oh, I'm not really listening to you type thing. I'm listening to you. I'm actually hearing your voice and hearing what you are saying to me. And I let them know. If it was something that I can't say anything back, I listen to you. I just don't know what to say. You know, exchanging numbers to help in building, at least communication. Because like one of the ladies was saying, basically, not everyone is in our lives for a reason. Sometimes there is a reason why God has someone be an acquaintance, have someone in your life for a season, because he is growing you for the next and for the next. So not everyone is supposed to be in your life and stay there forever and be grounded and deep rooted with you. Some people are literally there as people to push you to the next. Literally, that's exactly how it is. You can be a next for somebody. I can be a next for somebody. And don't let it get to you. Don't be in a hurt feeling, because God literally has us where we are there for a reason, because he wants the connection for him, not us. Even though I'm talking with these women and it's helped building me up, the connection more so is importantly for, do you trust me, Audrey Elaine? I have this for you, and I have these situations happening to you, and I have you having to work with these women because I need you to be better. I need you to be better. I'm going to get you better. It's for a reason. So I'm having X, Y, and Z in your life because I have them there for me. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. I am, one, I need to say thank you, God, because the accomplishment today of that trust for me was something. So I thank you guys so much for coming on. I thank you for liking and sharing and subscribing to Just Be Audrey Elaine. Right, left. It's somewhere down here. That's why I always do this. And my Spotify and Anchor, because I also, it's like a dual thing that I do here. I'm in the process of changing things different. However, it is what it is for right now. It's the flow. And I'm going to keep on going with the flow and keep on. This is what I had to say. So one thing I know about going up the falls and everything, God did speak to me. I will say this. He spoke to me out of the blue of, this is a natural thing. I asked the guy, I said, these rocks are so beautiful. Is this a fake fall? Like, is this like, you climb up something and feel like they put rocks there and everything? He was like, no, this is an actual waterfall. This is everything. And it clicked to me when I said that. And well, after he said that, it was like, so God, this is nature. And it was like, yes. So no matter what was actually coming down and flowing, it was a natural thing for it to keep going. It wasn't where somebody can say, oh, somebody fell, or oh, somebody, and this was well before I fell. I mean, I was down on like I just calmed up the second part. And yeah, but anyway, and it was like, this is like, they can't turn the water off. They can't sit there and like, okay, we have somebody down, let's turn the water off. No, it was all natural, flowing and flowing on its own and flowing on its own. And it was like, man, once I asked him that, I just was like, okay, Audrey Elaine, keep on climbing, keep on going through, keep on pushing, keep on pushing. And it was just like, man, just amazing. We all got to the top and was like, oh, I don't think I can do that again. And I said, yeah, I don't know. But I will tell you this. The reason why I'm thinking that I will do it again when I come back here, because I'm coming back here again, will be because I need to trust that when I do it again, I'm going to trust that it'll be a purpose of why I'm doing it again. And not even going through the same way of how I did it, because everything is a natural order of how things get done. But I'm going to do it again because I want to go forth and not be scared of things. I'm going to go forth and I'm going to grow, and that's going to be a purpose for me. Don't know what right now. I'm not going to go into wanting to think and assume. But I'll come back and trust the process of it. Yeah. Just the naturalness of it was just amazing. Like, no matter what, you got to keep on climbing, Audrey Lane, because it's going to keep on flowing how it is, regardless whether or not you move. Whether or not we keep moving, whether or not we turn back down and somehow we can convince them to let us walk up the steps, this is still going to be going. This is a natural order of things. It's a natural order of things when God is doing things in our life. It's a natural order. But I can tell you this, even with the slip and the fall, I still felt protected. I still felt safe. He had these women come and grip me right on up. And we kept on proceeding. We kept on proceeding. The natural order of how God works things out. See, you can fall, you can slip, but you're going to get back up. You went down, but you got back up. You all right, because you're getting up. We're getting up, and we going forward, and we're going to keep on. So I grew in that process. Thank you, Jesus. Nobody but him. We're growing, guys. I can tell you, for me, from when I started this channel and started, speaking out, I can go back and look at the video. My very first video is the title of what my channel is. Just Be Audrey Elaine. Me figuring out who I was, that very first video. When I tell you, it's a gracefulness. I am beautifully put together. The broken pieces of where I could not see, any of it. And just knew I was like, man, I knew I was strong, starting and going out on the ledge and the edge of like, okay, it's time for you to do this, Audrey Elaine. To today, right now, when I tell you a shift has happened, glory be to God. This girl right here, this woman right here, I have a voice, and I will be heard. I will be heard. I'm not letting it's so funny that this just came to me. For some odd reason, I don't know how this kept coming up on my phone. It just kept ain't no stopping me now. Ain't no stopping it now. Ain't no stopping me now. Just kept playing. Someone had put it in one of a group chat thing I was in. And no matter what I did, it just kept playing on my phone for a while. All like from 20 like October 2020, anytime it would just click on my phone. So right now it just popped up in my head for it. Ain't no stopping us now. When I tell you, please trust God, please go out there. Anything that is a challenge is a growth. It's a growth. It's a push that we need. Let's not live in a limited space. Let's not live with limited thinking. Let's not live with, oh, it's too hard. I'm going forth because I don't want to go back to where I was. I'm worth more. You're worth more. So, what we gonna do here? You want to be rocked and cradled? Or do you want to go from being pampered to being in the palace, right? That's what we want. Ain't nobody gonna be sitting here babying us. How about this? I am ready for food. I don't want baby food no more. I don't want processed stuff. I don't want something that is like, oh, I don't care how natural it is because I made baby food for my children before. No, I don't want that. I want the brisket. Y'all know I tell you about that all the time. Give me that brisket. Give me that slow roll, marinated, all of that brisket. I'm worth it. And how about this? For where I'm asking God to take me, it'll get a point where I'm already Jesus Christ. When you feel, when you give God your trust and your obedience, things shift. Don't get in your head, oh, I didn't do this right. I normally have a routine of this because that was me. Overthinking things like I got to do this, that, so this can have my day go. This morning, I got hit with a lot. The electric and everything was off. Since I've been here, it's been craziness with, and it wasn't an electric off, it rained. So something must have happened with the clock and all of this stuff and everything. So, it happened. I dealt with it. I went downstairs and still went on about my day. I didn't let that say, oh, I'm going to have a bad day. Before it's like, oh my goodness, what is going on? What happened? Why this happened? And I would have been so busy about talking about what happened. Nope, I don't need to talk about what happened. All I need to know, it happened. Now what you going to do? Now go on out. It happened. Things in our lives happen. What are you going to do now? You gonna sit there? You want people to rally against you so they can help you talk about your issue and help you stay in victim format? Or you gonna say, I'm planting the flag of victory in my life, so I don't want to go into this. What I slipped, I fell today, and you know what we didn't do? We didn't get up there. Even when we fell, even when they helped get me up, when we got to, we ain't talk about it. You good, Muff? You all right, Muff? Yeah, Muff. All right, come on. Grabbed each other's hands, started going up the next part. Don't put yourself in victim status. Audrey Lane, you're nobody victim. You out there just be and who you are. You're nobody victim. And don't make yourself a victim to yourself. Don't be in your room at night, in your head, more importantly, whining about what's going on in your life. What is it going to do? Stop putting sadness up on some daggone trophy counter and always want to keep it there. Clear all of that stuff up out of you. Clear all of that stuff up out of you. Ask God to remove it. We are nobody's victims. Nobody trophy that kept holding up there so they can keep us comfortable. Mm-mm. I love you guys. I truly do. And I hope you love yourself. You better. Sorry, I was talking with one of the guys here, and he was teaching me some stuff to say. But you better not hold yourself as a victim. How about this? You're better than that. Don't be bitter in that. Don't be bitter in it. Be better than that. Get better. Do better. Be better. Because you are better. You're worth it. You're worth everything. It may not come to you right now for you to say, oh, God, I want to trust you. And let me word this right. You may not know what all to actually say to God. But opening up your mouth and saying, God, I don't know what to do. All I know is I want you. I want your will to be done in my life, God. I hear this woman on here talking about stuff I know nothing about. But can you give me you, God? I want you. Watch Jesus come into your life. Watch him come into your life. All we have to do is ask. He literally is waiting on us. He's waiting on us. And watch the shift. Before you know it, you'll be able to put in the comment, and when your Just Be and your God-given name YouTube thing, I'll make sure I subscribe. I'll make sure I watch. And I'm not just saying it to say it. I'll be there. I want to participate in your success. I want to participate in your success. We got this. So I love you. Love yourself. And more importantly, love God. When I tell you, he literally is waiting. It will stop him from doing everything he's doing because he's multitasking. Like, oh, here's the time. I knew she was going to do this. I knew he was going to do this. Come on, y'all. We got to get it. Open up your mouth. Because closed mouths don't get fed. My mom always said that. Closed mouths don't get fed. What are you waiting for? Aren't you hungry? Don't you want to eat? Especially when there is a table. Like he said, Psalms 23. He has something prepared for you. At the table. Right there. With your name on it. Go get it. Go get it. I love you. I'm going to keep saying it because this is like the third or fourth time, but I'm really going to get off because I have to make sure I participate with my group. And we're going to go and have a great time. Today is July 19th, 2021. Over here, it is 7:05. Thank you so much for subscribing to Just Be Orgy Lane, liking, commenting, sharing, all of that. I love you. Have a good evening. You guys go with God. Bye now.